Learning to Drive, 2003, a novel by Mary Hayes, centers on Charlotte McGuffey, a young widow and mother who is overwhelmed with guilt after her husband, whom she had recently asked for a separation, is tragically killed in a small town in Vermont. Grieving and searching for answers, Charlotte journeys to the family farm in the town where her husband died, confronting her faith, family history, and future. The story begins in 1952 with Charlotte, a young mother of two, Beede and Hoskins, asking her husband Melvin for a separation just before he leaves on a solo trip. Raised in a devout Christian Scientist family, Charlotte is conflicted, knowing that her request will disturb her family and acknowledging the struggles in her marriage with Melvin. Despite her upbringing, she recognizes that she and Melvin are too different to maintain a happy relationship. Charlotte's childhood in rural New York was marked by hardship. Her mother died when she was 10, and her two sisters, Kitty and Rosie, took on maternal roles. While Kitty, now a Christian Science practitioner, strictly follows family traditions, Charlotte practices but is less devout and more focused on her own happiness. Shortly after her request for separation, Charlotte learns of Melvin's death in Beede, Vermont, where he was on a business trip and where his family farm is located. The loss of Melvin and the sudden responsibility of raising her children alone profoundly shakes Charlotte, and she blames herself, believing her decision to ask for a separation led to this devastating loss. Charlotte decides to leave New York and travel to Beede to stay at the family farmhouse, seeking answers to the overwhelming questions her grief has brought. In Beede, she hopes to find clarity for her tumultuous life, but instead encounters a diverse cast of characters who challenge her to re-examine every aspect of her existence. Charlotte has been deeply influenced by her faith, which teaches that illness and unhappiness stem from a lack of spiritual character. However, in Vermont, she meets several people who compel her to question this belief, including Francis, an artist with whom she begins an affair. Francis rejects conventional thinking, and with his guidance, along with support from the local postmistress and other neighbors, Charlotte starts to find her way. As she gains confidence, Charlotte begins to question her family's principles and their history. She uncovers that her mother had diabetes and might have survived if her family had sought medical help. Defying her sister's wishes, Charlotte takes her nonverbal son, Hoskins, to a doctor who diagnoses him with autism. Through these revelations and her journey of self-discovery, Charlotte comes to terms with the impact her faith has had on her psyche and embraces a new way of living as both a mother and a woman. Mary Hayes, a Vermont-based author and 3rd and 4th grade teacher, has written numerous short stories and plays. She holds an MA in Humanities from the University of Chicago, and Learning to Drive is her debut novel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.